So I've been using the new look Microsoft Teams for a while, and this video we're going to go through what's changed and some of the benefits and current negatives about using that new view. I'm Gavin Jones, founder and director at MeTime, where we help people get more out of Microsoft 365 or help them save time at work depending on your outlook. If you're interested in working together, then stick around to the end of the video to find out more, or check out some links in the description of this video below. So here we are in the new Teams, and the first thing you might notice is it's very, very white once you're in the Teams bit of Teams. If we jump into chat, it's still got the grey and purple icons. This is a client's tenant, so I'll blur it out so you can't read anything, but hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. It's sort of grey and purple bubbles still on a white background, so it's quite easy to see where the text is. If I jump into Teams, it's very, very white, and I find it quite difficult to initially see the same level of information that I'm used to from seeing the old purple way of looking at the world, purple and grey. I'm not sure I'm a fan. The font looks a bit too light for me. I should say this is still in preview, so Microsoft might change this by the time it comes out, but it has been in preview for a while, so I've sort of delayed doing my video on it so I can have a chance for them to fix some stuff and for me to get a decent impression of it. I've got new videos on Microsoft Teams and Microsoft 365 coming out every Tuesday, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified every time a new video comes out. So yeah, it's very, very white. It's upside down, so now the new post is at the top and not at the bottom. But what is good is when you start a new post, it's automatically saying, do you want to post or an announcement? If you've seen some of my previous videos, you know they're both the same thing, apart from one's got like a massive headline and the other one doesn't. So we can always just jump back to a normal post. What is good though is that if you followed any of my previous guidance, we should be starting new threads with a subject line to make everything really easy to scan through and find what you're looking for. This adds you straight into sort of the old sort of pop-up box. So before you could type like one line, hit enter, it goes straight in. Good for chat, not good when you're in a channel. And now it makes you put a subject line in when you're composing a new message, which is great. The other thing is that it used to sort of collapse the amount of stuff you're seeing. So again, this is going to be blurred out, but you can see this whole thread is something I've already read. Teams knows that I've already read it, which I'll show you in a sec. The old version of Teams sort of collapses everything that it thinks you've already seen. It seems that the default is that it shows you all of the top level first post and then the 3 latest replies, which takes up the entire of that screen. Also, if I scroll, the start a new post thing stays at the top, so sort of taking up quite a big chunk of real estate on this view. I have had to zoom in to make it able to read. On video it is a bit less intrusive when I'm working normally, but still it's taking up quite a chunk, and every single thread then shows the last 3 replies. But if you've got lots and lots of threads going on, if I jump back into the old way of viewing it, I guess one, it's upside down. This is the same thread that was at the top of the old view. One, you can see the font looks a lot cleaner to me, a lot more bold. And because the default is when you go into a channel, it shows you the preview of the top level message. So it's showing the first 4 rows on here, but I can click see more to expand it. So it's already truncating that for me, which I think is good. And if I'd not seen anything, it would show me that and the latest message. So I can quickly get a gist of what's going on. And then if I want to expand it, I can still click the 9 replies and expand it out a bit to see what was going on. Because I've seen everything, even that last reply is truncated, so I can't even see the last one here, but I've already read it, so I don't need to see it again. I can just scroll through quite a lot of threads quite quickly in the old view, and in the new view, it's like there just seems like quite a lot of white and text, and my eye just doesn't direct my eye to go and read that. So hopefully that's something easy for Microsoft to fix. If anyone from Microsoft is watching this video, that would be much appreciated for my aging eyes. And most of the other stuff in the new Teams is, for most people I would say, is going to be pretty much exactly the same, apart from color change and the fact that it's inverted for you Top Gun fans. So everything else is the same. Calendar, again, is the same, but just looks a lot whiter. Chat, activity feed, they're all the same functionality as before. So what Microsoft say is new is the amount of processing or memory or whatever power is needed to work Teams has been reduced, and so Teams should be a lot faster for you than the old Teams, apparently. Difficult for me to test that because Preview only works in the Windows desktop app, and because I'm on a Mac, I have to use Parallels, which is virtual software to run Windows to then run Teams. So it seems quite slow to me, but I'm used to just using either the web version of Teams, which seems fine, or the Mac app, which does seem a little bit slow, to be honest. So if they speed the desktop app, that would be good. But I usually use the web app more than anything now anyway. So it's supposed to be faster. It's very, very white. It's upside down. And the main thing, which probably won't be applicable to most people, I would say, is that you can switch organizations quicker. In the old way, to switch organizations, you had to come up here and switch into like a whole another org, which logged you completely out of Teams and logged you in to the new tenant. In this way, you can see I'm in a client's tenant at the moment. I can click that and just jump into my own one, which is MeTime Services. Or what it does now is it actually shows you activity from other accounts and organizations. So I'm in the client's tenant with a client logon right now. So that's just completely logging in into a different Windows email and password. But also I'm a guest in some other organizations with my MeTime Services email. So this is showing me whatever way I log in, it's showing me notifications about them all. So it gets quite confusing with external people, I think. But now which I'll again have to blur, but now I'm in my MeTime account as a guest in another client. And if I click this now, I'm in my normal sign in, and you can see I'm a member of a few different guest organizations. So if I go back into my very own one, then you see that was really, really quick to switch between looking at clients, teams, and my own, whether I completely signed out of MeTime and signed back in as a client's email login, or I went into a guest account, which pretty much in the old Teams did the same thing. It like said, I'm completely logging you out, I'm completely logging you back in, and you didn't get any notifications from one or the other. So then you're sort of reliant on email notifications. Whereas now in the new Teams tenant, you can see that across all. So that's great for consultants and probably people that have got maybe suppliers to businesses where you've been added as a guest into another Teams tenant, into your customer's tenant. You can switch a lot quicker now. So that is good, but I would imagine most people using Teams don't actually do that. So the benefits so far are it's upside down, it's white, and it hopefully runs a bit faster for you. Some of the things that Microsoft announced aren't actually in the new Teams yet. So I've got another video coming out shortly, if it's not already, which you can check out here if it is, and check out the link in the description below, on Microsoft Teams Meetings Intelligent Recap, which I'll let you watch the video. But it's not in the new Teams. So even though I'm previewing the new Teams, that's a new feature. If I jump into here, and again, I have to blur it because it's a real life call, the meeting recap isn't in the new Teams yet. So I've only got recordings and transcription, which just jumps me into the old way of seeing it. So it's just a bit disjointed. They haven't built everything out yet. So even though it says new Teams, that's just the new look, not all of the new functionality. And there's a theme. Microsoft, I think, struggle to keep different things up to speed at different times across different platforms, even across different apps, the web app or the desktop app, which gets a little confusing, especially if you're trying to jump ahead and look at the preview one. So I think you can jump into the preview now if your organization allows it, and then you get this new little Teams flick on or flick off button, and yeah, some other newer functionality isn't actually available in there just yet. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like the new look Teams or not? Are you looking forward to it, or do you want to keep the old one around as long as possible? let me know, and hopefully someone from Microsoft might watch these videos and see your comments as well. So before you go, remember to give the video a like if you liked it, click subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified every time a new video comes out for free. If you want to support the channel, there's a number of ways to do that now in the link in the description below if you just want to keep watching these videos on YouTube. And if you need more help either for yourself or for your organisation, I've got a couple of ways we can help now. So one is some end user courses that you can go and sign up for in the description below. There's probably a little money off code in there as well if you check hard enough. And if you need help for your whole organisation, it's probably worth it just having a chat. So click the book a call link in the description below and we can see if we can help your whole organisation work in a more modern way. Thanks for watching so far, and I'll see you in the next one.